oddly laid out in straight lines. Long ago, fishermen left their boats here. Today there's less fishing, not surprising in these shallow waters where fish are increasingly rare. And with the pollution of the Mediterranean, the catch is so modest that it's hardly enough to meet the island's needs in the off-season.
Ibiza, despite its dry climate, is covered with beautiful vegetation thanks to its large underground water network and rather fertile soil. Almonds are harvested here. Lemons and olives are cultivated.
The inhabitants of Ibiza are, by tradition, either farmers or sailors. But at one time, in the Middle Ages, farming was abandoned as the population went in search of the white gold of the salt marshes in the south of the island. These salt marshes have been known since the time of the Phoenicians. Today, Ibiza salt is shipped to Nordic countries and to the Far East.
At this spot, right near the coast, there is a bare, rocky, spectacular little island. Isla Esvedra rises above the sea to an altitude of 380 meters. Nearby is another small island, this one inhabited, although only by a handful of wild goats. Isla Esvedra, where falcons were bred in the 13th century, is legendary. It is said that the Carthaginian general Hannibal was born on this austere peak. Actually, it's more likely that he was born in Carthage.
One board ship for the smallest of the Piraeus, Formentera, just 4 kilometers away. The sound is only several dozen meters deep at this spot. Formentera is an island with an odd shape. From the air, it looks like a hammer. In fact, it's formed by 2 islands linked by a strip of land. The northern part is flat, whereas the southern part is mountainous. Today, Formentera is still the least frequently visited island in the archipelago. Its magnificent landscapes are almost pristine, like they were in the days the island was a pirate's haven. It's even said there's a pirate treasure buried in the grottos in the island's slopes.
The name Formentera comes from the Latin frumentaria, in other words, the island of grain. Grapes are also cultivated here. The islanders raise sheep and goats. The land is arid and further dried by the northern wind. To protect themselves from it as best they can, the islanders built stone walls.
Salt is no longer extracted from the marshes of Formentera, but the island happily retains its wild charm and traditions. Formentera has the highest life expectancy in all of Spain.
Will we never find the Earth's last survivor? Cried Captain Servadac. My friend Zuf, have a look, said little Nina suddenly. And saying this, she showed Ben Zuf the pigeon she was carefully holding in her hands. On the bird's left wing, one could very clearly see the mark of an ink stamp, and inscribed on the stamp was the only word that mattered, Formentera.
Jules Verne, a master of the imaginary, speaks of islands yet again. This is because these often close lands, better protected from the influences of man and more exposed to the elements, bring us closer to nature, thereby enriching our dreams.